right, next up, we got Matt O'Brien. Everybody still good out there? Yeah. All right.
I'm going to adjust this a little bit. Good afternoon, Patriots. I'm Matt O'Brien. I'm the chairman of the Republican Town Committee in Coventry. 243 years ago today, word of the signing of the United States Declaration of Independence reached London. That deserves applause. Yeah. The world was never the same again. It changed everything. 13 small British colonies boldly stood together with one voice and declared that they would no longer be subjects to anyone. They would oppose in war the greatest global superpower the world had ever known. And they would form a new nation with an important and radical central belief that all men are created equal, and as such, no person would rule over any other. The people themselves would be free to pursue absolutely any path they chose for their lives. And they would be the masters of their own government, their own destiny. Since 1775, 1,354,664 Americans have given their lives in defense of American sovereignty, American exceptionalism, and America's right to exist in freedom. At times, the price for freedom has been high, but we've never been unwilling to pay that price. American lives have ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world in Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles in a place called Vietnam. In Baghdad, Fallujah, Abu Ghraib, Mosul, and the deserts of Afghanistan. In every place we have fought fearlessly for this miracle we call the United States of America. And America is a miracle. If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land, we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than any other place on earth. Ronald Reagan once told the story of a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barbershop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed, trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf, under the heading, My Pledge, he had written these words: America must win this war. Therefore, I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure, I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the entire struggle depended on me alone. We must realize that no arsenal, no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon that our adversaries, both abroad and here at home, do not have and cannot understand. It is a weapon that we as American patriots do have. We face a new kind of enemy today. Everything we value and hold dear is under violent attack. This new generation of Democrats seek a socialist nation. A nation that desires to take our homes, jobs, health, rights, liberties, families, and make us all wards of the state, casting us into shells of our former selves irrelevant participants in our own lives. And it is then that we will lose our freedom. I'm not willing to lose any more freedom. Our struggle today is as simple as right and wrong, truth and deception. In Connecticut, we must continue to find leaders to run for office who are willing to put their name on the line at risk of being humiliated, scorned, and ridiculed. For those among us unable to speak for themselves, where are the future leaders of Connecticut? Because we need you to step forward now. Who among you is willing to put everything on the line to fight? To fight for your future, your children's future, your grandchildren's future. In our time, in our state, we are fighting unrelenting tax increases, from numerous income tax increases imposed over the years, to new gas taxes, to higher property taxes, and now tolls every 6.5 miles on our interstates. We are suffocating. We are more compassionate, I think, than a government that turns its back on veterans, taxes us to death, and lets middle-class families sink further into poverty year after year. That sits on its hands as Hartford drowns in crime, disrepair, and debt right before our eyes. Today, I say once more to the people of Connecticut, to Democrats, Republicans, independents, libertarians across the state, enough. I will identify our common purpose here today. It is the very same purpose that our founders had 243 years ago: freedom from government and American sovereignty. We have every right to have a nation, uphold the Constitution, defend our borders from foreign invasion, speak freely our opinions without fear, reject globalism, and exercise our unalienable right to bear arms and defend our families. We will never surrender. We again find ourselves at a defining moment in our history. And again, we are called to step forward and defend America. But this time from the unrelenting threat of radical liberalism, an ideology that seeks to centralize power and to rule over us, that not only hates that we are free, but seeks to annihilate that freedom. Help good people running for office in your town and share our desire to preserve the freedoms that we cherish, because it's our time to act. You are all here today because you've heard that calling. You know what's at stake. Work relentlessly and don't ever give up. God bless you.